The recent loss to the Guardians in the series has put a lot of pressure on the Dodgers players. In particular, the team's biggest star, Shohei Ohtani, is facing a great deal of doubt because of his poor form. In the previous game, when he took the field as the starting pitcher, Ohtani not only pitched very well, but also contributed positively in the batter's box with 1 hit in 3 at-bats along with 2 walks. Because of that, many people expected him to carry that positive hitting feel into this game as well. However, reality did not unfold as hoped. The fact that he did not record another hit caused Ohtani's batting average to fall from 0-100 to 0-167. Even so, Ohtani's game did not begin entirely in a negative direction. In his very first at-bat in the bottom of the first, he still showed patience and good pitch selection when facing Cleveland's starting pitcher Gavin Williams. After a carefully worked plate appearance, Ohtani earned a walk to reach base. That was another sign that he still maintains the ability to get on base, even though his ability to generate hits has not yet become truly stable. However, after that trip on base, the hit the fans were waiting for never came. In the bottom of the third with the Dodgers trailing 0-2, Ohtani stepped into the batter's box in a situation where the home team badly needed a hit to cut the gap, or at least extend the rally. Even so, he could not take advantage of the opportunity and had to walk away with a strikeout. It was a rather unfortunate moment, because in games with such a tense flow, just one timely hit can completely change the game. Right after that, Ohtani had an even better chance to drive in runs for the Dodgers. In the 6th inning, the Dodgers created a very favorable situation with runners on first and second, and nobody out. This was a very bright scoring opportunity, and Ohtani was the one expected to create the turning point for the home team. But instead of delivering the swing that opened hope, he hit a ground ball that resulted in a double play. That play immediately killed the Dodgers' good opportunity, and also made the comeback effort much more difficult. In the bottom of the 8th with the Dodgers still trailing and the game moving toward its late stages, Ohtani had another chance with 2 outs and runners on second and third. This was another at-bat that could have helped the home team create a turning point. But once again, he failed to make a difference and struck out. That strikeout closed out a disappointing offensive day for Ohtani. But the loss to Cleveland did not only leave baseball disappointment for Ohtani, it also led to a serious off-field incident that sparked major controversy in the baseball world. When the game ended, the Guardians players poured onto the field celebrating a win over a Dodgers team that had been viewed as stronger. However, the celebratory atmosphere was quickly distorted when some players began acting in ways that crossed the limits of sportsmanship. According to reports near the dugout area, some Guardians players directed personal attacks toward Ohtani. Remarks with insulting content, even involving his nationality, made the situation extremely sensitive. Stephen Kwan said, "You're just a failed Japanese guy. Today you're nothing at all." For a player like Ohtani, who always maintains a calm and professional image, being attacked so directly like that was clearly beyond the limit of tolerance. He immediately turned back to confront them and demanded respect. However, instead of cooling down, the situation escalated further. The 2 most prominent names in this incident were José Ramírez and Stephen Kwan, who were reportedly the ones who moved in close and made direct physical contact with Ohtani. Within seconds, a real conflict erupted. Dodgers players immediately rushed out to protect their teammate, while the Guardians' side did not back down. The atmosphere turned chaotic with shoving, heated exchanges, and anger spreading across the entire field area. The coaching staffs of both teams, together with the umpiring crew, had to intervene urgently to stop the situation from going out of control. After the game, Ohtani told the media, "I respect every opponent, but I think everyone deserves the same respect. What happened should not exist in baseball." Meanwhile, Andy Pages was clearly furious. "You can celebrate a win, but nobody has the right to insult someone else, especially in that way." Because of the seriousness of the incident, MLB quickly stepped in and issued disciplinary punishments. José Ramírez and Stephen Kwan were suspended for several games because of unsportsmanlike conduct and violent behavior. The decision was viewed as a firm message from MLB, aimed at protecting players and maintaining standards of behavior in the league. In terms of physical condition, Ohtani was confirmed to have suffered only a minor external injury, and nothing serious enough to affect his ability to play. However, Analysts believe the psychological impact of the incident is the more worrying issue. When a top star repeatedly becomes the target of provocations and physical confrontations, the accumulated pressure can directly affect both performance and concentration in the games that follow. This incident was not merely a simple clash between two teams. It raised the question of how to protect the core values of the sport in a context where the pressure to win keeps growing. On the other hand, it was not only Ohtani. The Dodgers' entire offense also performed poorly against Cleveland. The team collected only 5 hits and was almost unable to create an offensive sequence strong enough to apply continuous pressure on the opposing pitcher. The final result was a 1-4 Dodgers loss in a game where they were judged to have lacked precision in the most important moments. Although the Dodgers still held first place in the National League West with a 4-2 record, concerns surrounding Ohtani is now clearly rising. After the game, manager Dave Roberts spoke up in defense of his player. He said that opposing pitchers are currently approaching Ohtani in a very cautious way. According to Roberts, opponents are not giving Ohtani many pitches that are truly easy to hit. Even so, Ohtani is still showing excellent pitch selection and has not lost his patience in the batter's box. In addition, Roberts still showed fairly clear confidence that the situation will change soon. He believes that the most important thing right now is for Ohtani to continue being patient in each plate appearance, not rush, and keep maintaining the good pitch selection habits he currently has. At the same time, he also believes that when the hitters behind Ohtani in the lineup gradually regain better form, opponents will be forced to change the way they approach him. At that point, pitchers will no longer be able to avoid him or pitch too carefully to him, as they are doing now. Before this game, Ohtani had made a rather unusual move to try to get through his slump at the plate. He voluntarily took batting practice before the game, something that normally does not happen with him during the regular season. In that workout, Ohtani took a total of 33 swings and sent 10 balls over the fence. Those numbers show that he trained with fairly high intensity and is clearly trying to readjust his hitting feel. According to local media, this batting session was also notable because Ohtani seemed not merely to be swinging to maintain feel, but was intentionally experimenting with some adjustments in his swing mechanics. Specifically, he was reportedly using movements he does not usually use, such as lifting his right leg higher or applying a body rotation that resembled a twisting motion. That shows Ohtani is truly searching for a change to pull himself out of this stretch in which he has not yet reached his best form. However, the adjustments in practice still could not immediately turn into effectiveness in an official game. Even with careful preparation and proactive changes before the game, Ohtani ultimately still could not record a hit in the game. Even so, the Dodgers' problem right now does not lie with Ohtani alone. The team's offense is showing signs of stagnation at multiple important spots. Mookie Betts is currently batting just .136, while Freddie Freeman is only at .208. That shows the early season slump is not the story of one individual alone, but is a broader problem affecting the entire core group of hitters. That is exactly why the Dodgers ended up paying the price in the game against Cleveland. Even though their pitcher still did a fairly good job. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow the channel, turn on notifications, and share this video with the biggest MLB fan you know.